Hey, it's the NFL guy. Okay, so this is going to be my last division picks for the night, and then I'll do the other two divisions before work tomorrow. Okay, we're going to do the AFC picks, and in first place, I'm picking to win the division the Buffalo Bills. They signed free agent linebacker Von Miller, which is huge. They signed OJ Howard, defensive end Shaq Lawson, wide receiver Jameson Crowder. I mean, the Bills did a great job adding some pieces. Josh Allen, top three quarterback, probably coming off the board I almost said Final Fantasy in fantasy football. He was the eighth best quarterback last year with 4,407 yards and the seventh best in touchdown passes with 36 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs, I mean, oh man, what a great wide receiver. He was the seventh best in the NFL last year with 10 touchdowns, and I could see him getting 12 to 13 this year. Great draft by the Buffalo Bills. They got running back James Cook out of Georgia, which I feel like he could be a starter pretty soon. Devin Singletary is probably going to start, but for how long? I love Dawson Knox as a tight end. I think I picked him up in free agency and fantasy football and kept him for the whole year. And kicker Tyler Bass. He was the sixth best kicker in the NFL last year with 135 points. And in second place, I am going with the Miami Dolphins. Yes, I think the Dolphins are going to finish in second place. They picked up the best wide receiver in football, Tyreek Hill. I mean, they gave up a first and second and a fourth picks in this year's draft, and in next year they gave up a fourth and a sixth round pick. This is definitely a make it or break it year for Tua. If he doesn't do anything this year and takes the Dolphins to the playoffs, the quarterback draft next year is very stacked, so I could see them doing something, drafting another quarterback and trading Tua. Stacked at running back, Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert, Sony Michel, Miles Gaskins. I mean, they're solid at running back. I really like the tight end Mike Gesicki. They also have my former Bear big dude, Adam Sheehan. So I like to see him have a really good year. And Jalen Waddle, oh my gosh, I feel like he's going to have a really, really, really super big year next year, or this year, I should say. Yeah, so I like Jalen Waddle a lot. I'm going to definitely keep an eye on him and see if I can get him super late in the draft. In third place, oh, I should do it like this. I am picking the New England Patriots. They re-signed Nick Folk to a 2-year, $5 million contract. He finished first in the NFL. He was the best kicker in points. He had 150 points, and he was the fifth best kicker in accuracy last year with a 9.23 accuracy percentage. So I'm going to keep my eye on Nick Folk and maybe draft him on my fantasy team. Malcolm Butler's returning to the Patriots for a 2-year, $9 million contract. He didn't play in 2021 because at the end of preseason last year, playing for the Cardinals, he was on the retired reserve list. So we'll see, what he's like returning back to New England. Mack Jones was the most ready rookie quarterback of last year. He was the 13th best quarterback in 2021, finishing ahead of Kyler Murray, Ryan Tannehill, Jared Goff, Russell Wilson. That's crazy. He was 14th in touchdowns with 22. I could see that going up to maybe 25 or 26. Nice receivers. They got Devontae Parker. Jacoby Myers was Mack Jones' favorite target last year. And they also Also have a really nice running back with Kendrick Bourne.
Jesus Christ. That's Jason Bourne.
No, not Jason Bourne. Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne. He finished second in on the Pats for most targets. They also have Nelson Aguilar, and Hunter Henry was the leader on the Patriots last year for the most red zone targets. So yeah, I mean, easily I could see the Patriots maybe finishing in second, but I'm going to give it to the Dolphins. But yeah, it's going to be close. It's going to be close, but I think New England's going to finish in third place, and then in fourth place, uh, it's going to be the New York Jets. And you know what? Probably by week 5, New York Jets fans are going to be like,
See you next year, hopefully. All right.
exactly. And then week 9, New York Jets fans are going to be like,
You know what, man? I'm so sick of this bullshit. You know what, man?
exactly. It's not going to be a good year for the Jets once again. But I do have to say they made a splash in free agency to get CJ Uzuma from the Bengals. That was a huge pickup. 3 years, 24 million. They did re-sign Joe Flacco as the backup. He's returning for a 1-year, 3.8 million contract. They also signed Tyler Conklin from the Minnesota Vikings for a 3-year, 20 million. So they did make some good moves getting Uzuma and Conklin. They did sign kicker Greg Zuerlein for a 1 million, 2.7 million contract. He was cut by Dallas last year, and he's going to be going against my former Bear, Eddie Pinheiro, who at one point went 8 for 8 in field goals in the season. And did you remember when Greg Zuerlein was like basically the number 1 kicker to come off the board in fantasy football? Like, I remember, like, I was always targeting Greg Zuerlein. Like, I've always wanted Greg Zuerlein, like, every year. Like, he was just so solid. Also, could the Jets possibly go 0-14? Like, I was looking at the schedule for the Jets. Check this out. Okay, Baltimore, Cleveland, depending what's up with Deshaun Watson. Cincinnati, yeah, no, they're not beating Cincinnati. They're not beating Pittsburgh. Miami, Green Bay, Denver. They're not beating Denver. New England, Buffalo, then a bye. Then New England again, Chicago, Minnesota, Buffalo, and then Detroit. Could their first win come in November 18th against Detroit? Oh my God, that would be insane. That's crazy. Mike LaFleur, brother of Packers head coach Matt LaFleur, is the offensive coordinator. Rookie Breece Hall, the running back from Iowa State, in the fantasy book has them starting over Michael Carter and Tevin Coleman. Garrett Wilson, they have him, the Ohio State rookie, as the number 1 receiver this year, Elijah Moore being 2. And will Zach Wilson do anything this year in his second year?